Hey you! Do you like Starloss? Do you like dice? Of course you do. Now come here. I got something to show you.
Starlost Seas is officially partnered with Dice Goblin to help bring more dice to more tables. How are we doing that? Well, Dice Goblin has officially launched their Kickstarter to produce their very first line of unique dice. And can we just say, these are some good looking dice. And you can get some of these dice by going to the link down in the description below and pledging to the Kickstarter. There are plenty of tiers to choose from, so think of all the dice and what you could do with them. Roll some nat 20s, roll some nat 1s. Take the dice out on a date. Put them in your mouth. Disclaimer, don't put the dice in your mouth. We really don't want to get sued. Feed your ever-growing collection as you ask yourself, why? Why do I keep doing this? The dice have overtaken my home. My dog is now made of dice. I don't even play that many D&D games. What have I done? Where did I go wrong in life? Who cares about that? Look at the cute characters for the Kickstarter dice. Every pledge made through our link directly supports Starloss, so make sure to go to the link in the description down below and pledge to the Dice Goblin Kickstarter today. And thank you to Dice Goblin for making this video possible. And of course, without further ado, enjoy the rest of the episode.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Starlost Seas. I am Cryolane, and this is the party. My lovely party. How I love them all.
And Pulse.
And...
You get
Pulse,
Monokuma
how
out
many?
of here.
Pulse, how many do you have?
Get
Too
that
many.
motherfucker Monokuma off my screen right now.
Give me that Wooloo. I want the Wooloo. I love that. Wait, no, Eevee! There's an Eevee!
Goodbye! No! Squirrel!
He threw them into the abyss in the corner. Last time on Starlost Seas, we had quite the episode. Picking up in the moments after Doc got parts of his hand reattached. He is now missing 3 fingers and a chunk of his palm. We proceeded to have a moment between Lotus, or not Lotus, I apologize. Between Dolus and Lorelei. Lorelai's L-O and Dolus is us combined into Lotus, and I had to fix my brain. They had their little moment. They apologized. They were on good terms. Dolus returns to his lunch date with Alina. They chit chat. They relaxed while Lotus joined Lorelei for her lunch. And Doc had a nice one-on-one moment with Aldrich where they talked about the generations of people and all of his forefathers that Aldrich has served with. Twink had nice moments with both Dormo and Huon, learning a bit more about them, gaining a bit more of a relation and understanding to them. Mara and Vala continued to vibe, just high as a fucking kite out in the woods on the island. Completely unfazed by the murder of the Griffin, the loss of Doc's hand, and all of the various things leading up to and following it. Mara played a bunch of prank calls on gods. That was a pretty fun time. He learned how to make a few things. Yes. He learned how to make a few things from Vala. He taught Vala how to make his god bark, which he absolutely is going to just make massive amounts of while you're gone. And then you all started looking for Gillian because you realized that the frog was missing, and that is concerning. So you set off, and eventually you found him alongside Plume on a rock staring out at the destroyed remains of Gillian's ship, seemingly longing or searching for something. And after Aldrich was sent in to explore the wreckage, he returned with a lockbox. And in that lockbox were found various missives from Martin, the Holdmaster, the senior Holdmaster of the Empire, who Twink briefly met alongside Mara when you were captured all the way back in Falcon's Point. It seems that he is the one who is giving directives to the Inquisitors, of which Gillian was one. You are all on a list for capture, all of you except for the twins and Mara. However, that list still includes Socrates and Kieran. as well as the names Raiden, Jura, Paloa, Harmon, and Fairmont. It also talks about securing trade lines and routes, establishing regimes, looking for something called the Aeon Engine, and assassinating a number of critical individuals, including the Emperor, Matthias, and Maya. There were other letters more personal to Gillian, and then a few other various small things, such as his badge and a wax seal for him sending letters. After a little bit of fiddling around with some paint bombs from Mara, some fun pranks, you all gathered together with the various world leaders still present on Twinktania, and you reached out and attempted to contact Delilah, Fagin, and Maya. Fagin replied that he was not in a safe place to talk, that he was returned to Altairi and is too close to Martin. Maya has encountered Starlost Lotus in Dragonlost, and the trees that would be used as portals through the Westwood have been damaged or destroyed. And Delilah responded only with the phrase, "I already know, meet me in Fort Dawn." You are all informed that Fort Dawn is the main fort in the city of Fort Dawn, the capital of Eubuea. It is something of a historical site, and it is not really used for battle anymore, or any occupation of troops. You all decided that, at the behest of Alina and Illis, that you would teleport via plants to Eubuea ahead of the ship as it still needed repairs, and that the party, plus Alina, would make their way to Fort Dawn to meet with Delilah. So after preparing your things and saying a few curt goodbyes, you all were teleported through transport via plants, and that's where we ended the session. And after that long recap, we're going to pick back up in that brief moment of compression that you all experience as you enter this tree. There is just darkness around you, and as you are warped back into your normal state of being, as you exit the tree on the other side, you are met with not as much light as you expected. The sunlight that you just left is muted and dulled as the skies are gray, and you're greeted by the sounds of pitter-pattering rain. You step out of the tree into a courtyard. The tree you stepped out of is a large, ancient oak, and the ground around you is soaked as a gentle but consistent rain comes down around you. I have a mood photo to give the setting slightly.
Got a Pinterest mood board.
I do, yes.
Ooh.
The sky is gray. You're on. There's a lot of mud, but there is cobblestone clearly hidden underneath all of it as you look around. Someone in the corner, seemingly very inebriated, is mumbling and stuttering as he's dragging himself away from the tree that 6 people just appeared out of in a strange whoosh of magic. And you all step foot for the first time in Eubuea.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us in this campaign. We've made it to Yuba.
This was the end goal.
Campaign's
was the
over.
end goal?
We did it.
They're gonna give up on any quest or
Yep.
random crap they have. They're gonna buy a house in this
all just
town,
settle
and they're
down.
never leaving.
Nope.
Oh, I never get used to that.
At least we didn't eat shit this time.
We're in Yuba now.
I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, we're in Yuba. Excuse
So
me, sir.
gloomy.
I call out to the guy who's walking away.
The guy's like stumbling away and is just like, no,
No,
They
sorry.
told me not to talk to things I see anymore.
Where are we, sir?
You're in the town of Tallow. You're in my head, though. He takes a swig out of a strange bottle he's holding.
Wait, so this isn't Fort Dawn?
Fort Dawn's half a day that way.
All right. Oh.
Who are you, strange birdman?
We're in your head.
Okay. He like keeps stumbling his way out of this courtyard, just chugging away.
Bye-bye.
Well,
Be sure to take your 3 meals.
Grog, and grog.
well, although I don't know if that was a very reliable source, the information that we are half a day's out from Fort Dawn seems very specific. Strangely,
We were also told that before we left.
were we? Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. As the player, don't listen to me.
Yeah, Illis.
Who the
Illis
fuck is
about,
K-Meister?
Yeah, Illis about 10 minutes ago told you all that you would be arriving about half a day away from Fort Dawn, to the east of Fort Dawn. So you would have to travel westward to get there.
Okay, retcon all of that.
How big of a town does this look like?
As you're looking around, you're in a very closed off like courtyard, seemingly to like some sort of abbey almost as you take in the space. And Twig, you are somewhat familiar with various like typical city cultures, as you are the one who has lived the most in a city of everybody here. Ironic to say. And you also have the highest religion score, so this is perfect. You are in the courtyard of an abbey that is dedicated to Sarah the Night Witch. It is a neutral goddess of the moon and the stars. And you get the sense as you're looking around and looking at the buildings around you, and you kind of like step out of the courtyard. This is a decent sized town, but it is nowhere near a city.
Somebody around here's got to be willing to sell their horses, so we should go find that.
Are you getting horses?
Well, I don't think we... Like, are we going tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very important.
Why wait?
I was gonna say if we do if we rest up, I can probably get us there faster
How
and cheaper.
so?
I don't think so.
Sleep
And
on the
we're
ride.
gonna need it anyways.
What did
What do
have in
you
mind?
mean by that?
We're gonna be several days without the ship. We're gonna need means of travel.
Yeah, I can do
Consistent
that.
travel.
I can also do that.
Okay.
What can you do? What are you offering to me right now?
You remember those big birds that like threw you through?
Uh-huh. Can they go for several hours?
Yeah, let me hold on.
Real confident for someone who didn't read the duration of the spell.
I could have sworn it lasted like a very long time, but I didn't have it prepared. Hold on. Never mind. Another retcon.
Oh, like, doesn't it only
Jesus.
last like an hour? It only
Yeah, it was like,
it does only last an hour.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that lasted longer. I'm not gonna lie.
So we don't have to retcon. We can just have Mara be like, you're still kind of stoned. You're still kind of... So you're just like, wait, no, you're right. It's only an
Yeah.
hour.
Golis and Morrow were both just stoned. You know, it's fine.
Yeah. Doc is just kind of like, okay, no, Twink, you're right. Let's see if we can find some stables or something and see what we can go with.
Lotus.
Might be
Yeah.
easier to find a farmer.
Oh,
Put your mask on.
I'm
You guys
actually
gonna-
just going to disguise myself to look more into back
To
to
your
the-
human form,
Yeah,
dudeless.
dudeless. It's
Yes.
dull ass.
Yeah, it's Dolass.
Yes, all right.
Yeah.
So we're in Yuba, and we get a ride on maybe horses for the first time?
Have you wanted? You rode on a horse like less than a week ago. Or you rode on Mara as a horse.
Definitely more than a week
Does-
ago.
It was approaching 3 weeks ago.
But that was Mara horse. I
It
mean,
was
like,
a horse still.
Mara, are you a horse?
I can be.
But he's like a conditional horse.
He's still a horse. It'll be the same. It'll be the same experience.
Will he understand me like a Mara horse?
Would you rather the horse not understand you?
I mean... Huh.
Behind you guys, you hear the sound of 2 large doors opening. You turn, and the abbey doors are opening. There's a woman there in these like really nice robes. She's got like a little lantern and a censer that she's holding up as she opens the door, and she just goes, "Hello."
Hello.
No!
Yes, good day to you, miss.
No,
Sister.
you came from the dew tree. She like points the oak.
Yeah, that's... Yep. Yeah.
Ah, so you've been sent from far. There are
This-
very few who are trusted with the ability to send those through the dew tree.
And I'm sorry, who are you?
Ah, me. I am Mother Marianne.
It's nice to meet you, Mother.
Yes, lovely to meet you as well. Who sent you? What brings you here?
Urgent political business.
Oh, political business, political business. No one ever comes for festivals anymore. Well,
Is there a festival happening?
no, that's why I was a little surprised that you came out of the tree, to be quite honest with you. But
Alright.
you're not the first to come here for sudden political dealings. Unfortunately, the trees in the city are often cut down or moved as needed, and as such, they're not reliable for druids to connect to.
I see.
Our pact with nature and the moon means that we are willing to allow people to use it. I trust then that you need to get to the city of Fort Dawn.
As quickly as
Yes.
possible.
In that case, your best options are going to be either to head to the stable on the edge of town, or mayhaps you could speak with our town's noble. They could help you.
I believe we'll make our way to the stables. Can you point us in the direction?
Yes, of course. If you leave the abbey, follow this road westward. Once you get to the large lantern post, there will be signage that will take you there.
Perfect.
May I ask? There have been strange omens in the stars this last month. Are you here to prevent some sort of catastrophe?
Well, I guess it depends on what you consider a catastrophe, Mother.
I think that we are here to try.
Well, yes.
We can't say that because we don't know.
Well, yeah, but we can say that we're trying. I didn't
But,
say anything
we're not.
specifically.
You shouldn't
Thank
lie.
you,
We
Mother.
are trying, though.
Why are
Sorry.
you whispering?
I'm right here. It's like 15 feet away from you. Well, I give you all my blessing. Tell the stable hand, a man named Nanook, that Mother Marianne sent you. It'll help you.
Thank you, Mother. Just quick question. Who is this noble that you mentioned?
Lord Ambrose. He's the one in charge of the town and the surrounding field.
Okay.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
Of course. Be safe.
Yes, we will be on our way.
Is there a way I could read the stars that could just tell me something like quick or something? Is that
I'm walking already.
Oh, wait.
I'm already walking.
Quickly, no, it takes a lifetime of study.
Oh,
if you'd like to come back when you have more time, you'll feel free to use. She like gestures. There's like a telescope in the top of the abbey, some kind of like little dome. She's like, feel free to return. We can discuss.
Alright.
Helping you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Wait, travelers, your names. Who are you?
Doc like shuffles over to Twink. This definitely isn't Feywild, right?
I cannot say definitely.
I'll look at Twink. I'll wait to make eye contact with him. I'll look back at the lady. We're Twinktania's finest. ma'am.
Never heard of you, but thank you.
Hopefully you never hear that name again.
She just hangs the sensor on something. You usher just close the door behind her with a loud thud.
I hope she doesn't tell anybody that we're here.
Muffled through the door, you hear, "So Twinktania's I'm kidding. Shit! You guys, I assume, are going to follow the mother's directions.
Correct.
Yeah.
You follow Mother Marianne's directions, and you do find a very nice oil lamppost with signs pointing, and one of them does say Nunox Stables. And so as you follow it, it's nice cobblestone streets, not the smoothest. You get the sense that like they were laid a while ago, and they have been moderately maintained, but not greatly. This town's probably decently well off, but very casual. It's very nice. Everyone's all boarded up right now. The rain's coming down pretty heavily, so you don't pass many people. A couple of guards, maybe, who definitely give Lotus kind of a side eye. They're just not used to seeing an Aarakocra.
Yeah, I've definitely got my hood up, for sure.
None of the guards are going to wave at you, Lotus. I apologize.
What if we do stop by the Lord's house? Like, they don't hate us here.
No, we can't do that.
Low profile, man.
Well, it's not just that, what if they're the ones conspiring to kill Matthias?
Guess
Last thing we want them knowing is that we're here to tip off their king about his assassination.
Maybe I should just turn invisible.
Hey, you're fine.
Okay.
Just stay behind me.
Okay. I'm gonna try and always be like between and behind Dolus and one other tall person.
Okay.
Wow, I feel out.
Doc pulls his hood up as they walk.
Is
You
Alina
guys-
here with us?
Yeah, she's with you.
Okay.
She's
I was
walking
just-
with you all.
I
She
just
has
didn't know if her silence was just you not saying anything as Alina, or like we're like not realizing that Alina didn't get here or something.
I did say 6 people stepped out of it.
Yeah.
You are, you're all there. She also joins the Hood Up Club.
Okay. I'll put my hood up as well, I guess.
Everybody joins the Hood Up Club. Let's go.
I don't have a hood.
I
Except
don't
for
have
2
fucked,
players that
losers.
don't have hoods.
3 players.
Yeah. 3 players. What do you mean?
Mara, Twink, and Lotus all don't
Twink
have
has a
hoods.
hood.
I mean, I have all my old clothes, so
Yeah,
I
that's
just
true.
it's raining. I'll just pull it out and throw it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you guys all continue on, and you do come across a pretty nice stable house. It's like really solid metal and wood and everything, and all of the lanterns are on, and there is a man in like the open sort of garage doors of the stables, brushing a mare down as you all come walking up. Yes. Okay.
I was gonna say, actually, on second thought, while we were walking, as I put my hood up as we're all like keeping my profile, out of my bag, I'll pull out my old robe that I used to wear and give it to Lotus to
So
cover
Lotus.
up as well.
There you go. Now everybody but Mara has a
Get fucked, loser.
Lotus
Okay,
has
he's a
now
druid.
started doing the thing where she smacks somebody beside her with the sleeve.
The big sleeve.
Do you hit Doc?
No, you're hitting Mara.
Oh.
Just whipping Mara with the sleeve every now and then.
I'm right here. I'm
Bleh.
gonna shape water into her face.
She's wearing a mask.
She's
Yeah,
wearing a
just
mask.
splashes across the mask. Some of it gets like in and around the mask. You're like, eh. It's like when you wear like a scuba mask at the beach, and some gets in around it, and you're like, ah, you like shake it out.
Hearing the commotion. Lotus. Stop.
And the guy who's brushing the horses as you come up, and there's all the commotion and stuff, turns. It's just like,
Pull the hood over her face.
well, don't see you a lot round here.
Are you in the Nook?
That'd be me.
We were sent by Mother Marion.
Oh, let me guess. Righteous, delivering justice from God. Something or other.
No, I just need to purchase a way to travel.
Alright, well, old lady asks for enough favors, but gives me enough. Might as well. What you need?
Well, what's available? I need to purchase a way for us to travel safely.
How far you going? You coming back? You taking them forever? You taking them for a moment?
Those are all unknown, so let's say I'm purchasing them forever.
You're gonna need a cart? I like gesture. He gestures at everybody.
Well, it depends on the cost.
Top covered cart. Run you 250 gold. Horse per each permanently. 150. Looking at 750 for 2 horses and a covered cart.
What?
750, 2 horses, covered cart. Covered carriage. Carriage, not a cart.
Can you show it to me?
He steps aside and he opens another garage door. There is a very nice carriage. It's got the rack on top and windows and a door on either side. And you open it and there's a nice lining and everything. He's like, it's the nicest one I got. Of course, if you just want a basic covered cart, that'd be less. If you want just a normal cart, even less.
All right, what about the horses? Can you show me the horses?
He goes over to a bigger covered open area, and he does a little a couple of the horses meander around. He's like, got a good selection. There's 6 or so horses, various colors, 4 brown, 1 white, and 1 that's a mottled.
All right, well,
We've got, and he starts pointing them out. He's like, Mary, Lou, Sam, Pinochle, Celery, and Assfuck.
Sorry.
What?
Excuse
We've
me.
got Mary, Lou. He goes through them all again, and Assfuck, and he points at one of the brown ones that just
Excuse me. Who named these horses?
I'd argue that they all named themselves, especially with how that one acts, but I did.
Alright,
He can
Is
run
that-
longer than any of the rest of them, but he might just not listen to you.
Looks over at Mara.
sorry, what was that 4th one?
What was the 4th one?
Yeah.
Pinochle.
Why is that its name?
Won it over a game of Pinochle. You want me to read them again? Mary,
No.
Lou, Sam, Pinochle, Celery, and Assfuck.
all right. So again, let's talk prices again. So it's 150 for the carriage,
250.
250 for the best carriage I got. 150 per horse.
Right. So there's my problem, right? Because you said 750.
I did my math wrong.
You did, yeah.
650.
Yeah, you did.
Apologize, but not in the rain today.
And even there, that's still wrong.
Yeah.
It's 550.
Ah. There's a reason I run stable.
I tell you what.
Not a bank.
I'll take the carriage and all 6 horses for 1,000 gold.
All 6.
Yes.
What?
All right. You just like starting like grabs.
Twink, why are you taking all of the horses?
Because we need them.
Do we? I call dibs on Sam.
Yes.
And the carriage?
Yes, unless you would rather be in the rain the whole way there.
But how are we going to take all of the other horses that aren't going to be pulling the carriage?
Well, there's this wonderful thing where you tie a rope to their harness and they follow the carriage.
Okay.
Should I talk to one of them?
You can talk to any of them if you want, but
Talk to ass fuck.
I mean, that one. He said that one's moody.
Well, while everyone's getting all strapped up and he's getting like Nanook is getting everything set up, you ritual cast Speak with Animals because you're out of fucking spell slots.
Yeah.
here, this is gonna take me a minute to count out, so you guys go see the horses.
Okay.
I'll do
Yeah.
the thing.
Twink, are you gonna open the door and get 1,000
1,
gold worth of stuff?
2.
Oh yeah, you have gold. Forgot you've been paid slightly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so Twink begins the painful task of counting gold.
I do it faster this
One-
time.
yeah.
I don't do it annoyingly.
Okay. Mara, as everything finishes, you can speak to the horses now if you would like.
I'll walk up to ass fuck.
He is getting hooked up as you speak, and he comes up, and you hear him like muttering towards his daughter, "Just you stupid son of a bitch! You never give me the right fucking food. Here you are putting this stupid goddamn thing on me. I fucking hate you. I want you to know I fucking hate you." He's muttering.
Well, so what kind of food do you like?
Oh! He like startles back and then looks like, "You get careful now, you don't startle him."
Oh, don't worry, I can talk to him.
What the fuck was that? Like the horse.
That's me. How you doing?
Hey, why the fuck can you talk to me, pointy ears?
I've been trained to do so.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Well, I spent a lot of years like learning how to do this.
You learn how to talk fucking horse? The fuck's wrong with you?
It's worth it though.
You
Now
just
I
go
can
around
go-
talking to fucking horses?
Sometimes. What do you need, man? Like, let's level. Like, this guy, he seems like an asshole.
He
You
buys the
from what-
cheap fucking oats.
Mm.
And then he buy, you know what he buys a shit ton of? He buys fucking celery, because that idiot over there fucking likes it. And that horse had like gestures to the white horse. And the white horse is just like, "Yeah, I think celery is pretty nice."
Well,
That's
how do
why you fucking name celery, you fucking idiot.
All right. How about we get some of that primo shit? Forget about this guy existing because like we bought you out.
Oh,
You'll
you
never
bought
just
me?
see the-
You're my
Yeah,
new
well-
fucking slave driver? Is that how this works?
No, like the way I see it, you never have to see this guy again. All right.
How the fuck does this
Ever
horse
again.
not know what it means to train, but he knows what a slave driver is?
So yeah. So he's just like, "You gonna give me the good oats?
Yeah, if that's what you want. We got you.
All I gotta do is pull your fucking carriage."
Yeah. Do a good job. I'll even throw in an apple. Like apples?
Well, you think I fucking like apples because I'm a horse? I mean, you're right, but goddamn.
I mean, I could also turn into a horse. I get those apple cravings, man. I
You
know.
can talk to horses and turn into a fucking horse. Are you a horse?
Yeah.
Are you a horse?
Not naturally, but like I can be one anytime I want.
You like a fucking magic horse? Holy shit. Where the fuck
Yeah,
we going, magic horse?
Where are we going again? Fort Don?
Yeah.
Fort Don.
Fort
A little
Don.
bit far.
Hey, that's what the fucking people call that the big brick place. I know what that is. I've been there before.
You can get us there a little bit quicker than half a day? Or
I mean, if you could get me an apple before I take you, I could get you plenty of places pretty fast.
I'll see what I can do. I got you. We're gonna take care of you.
Can you
This
get
guy-
me some celery? Shut the fuck up, you idiot! You guys are just watching the horses all like braying and stuff.
Doc is trying to figure out which horse is gonna like him most because he's already missing 3 fingers. He wants to keep the other 2.
Lay your hand flat if you feed them. That's how you keep all
Bro,
your
I don't got
fingers
much of a
feeding
hand
more.
to lay.
Sam likes you. more.
Hey, called it. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'll go over to the group. All right. Need some apples, some celery, and a little bit more premium oats.
I can make those.
You make premium oats?
Well, I can make the apples and the celery. I don't know what makes a premium oat.
Probably just, not sitting there for like days. I'd say.
Fresh.
Yeah, pretty fresh for the most part. You got
I
the
mean-
fresh stuff? Talking
Huh?
about it. Yeah, like any like primo oats or anything?
You get all of my things from market, fresh as they can be, and then ass fuck just like, that's a fucking lie. He's fucking lying to you.
Hey,
Wait,
where can we get? Yeah, because we are gonna need food for the horses. So where can I get some?
I can sell you a few bags. Got basic oats, got a couple bales of hay we can toss on the back of your carriage. It's not a lot, just chip in. You're already buying everything. 5 gold maybe, toss it in.
All right, yeah, I'll throw it in.
Alright.
Lotus puts 1 gold into Twink's.
I don't know. That horse was saying you're keeping like the good stuff.
I bet.
He like looks at ass fuck and he's just like, you can talk to him.
Yeah.
Tell him he's a right fucking piece of shit for always blocking me off when I'm trying to take him around. You tell him that he's a fucking asshole. He locks me out here while it's fucking raining. Like they just back
Hello,
and
Sam.
forth, trying
Oh,
to
you're
argue
cute.
with each other through you.
So do you have like primo shit? Like,
Got what I've got.
Well, we can pick some of that up in Fort Don tomorrow. We need to get there first, so we'll take what we can here, and we'll get that when we get there.
Right?
I'll walk up to the horse. What if we like sprinkle apple in or something? Like, will it make it a little better?
You ever heard about a bad apple ruins, but bad oats ruins anything else you fucking put in bad oats? You want to eat bad oats? You want to eat those fucking... You want to put a bag on your face and eat those fucking oats for 6 hours while you work the field? Would
What
that
about
make you feel better, Magic Horse?
Not really, honestly. But
When
all
you're
right,
doing,
what about some apples? Just apples. We'll get rid of the oats. We'll get the better ones later.
That's fine.
You cool with that?
That's
All right.
when he does speak with animals, is he still speaking common?
No.
I don't know if speak with animals specifies. I think it just specifies that animals can understand you with it. It's
Yeah,
really
it's
up
like-
to you how you flavor it.
Mhm.
Oh. Speaking
'Cause
of
I'm
speak
just-
with animals, Lacey.
I was gonna say, I'm just wondering if like we're just getting the broken negotiating that Mara's doing while this is all going
he's
on.
making weird. Pulse has done this before, where he just makes weird sounds to animals as
Oh,
his
yeah.
flavoring. So we're just gonna assume that's how he speaks with animals.
Okay.
So
Mara.
Yeah.
Could you tell your horses horse friend that you've made here, that I could make them as many apples as they'd like.
Nice fresh apples, right? Just like
Right.
he seems a little picky, so do not make them taste like bread. Do not
They
make them
won't.
taste like shitty oats. He's mad. He's so mad at all those like like the oats that he's giving him.
Can you understand me?
Can you understand him? Yeah, I'm pretty
Do
sure.
you
right?
understand this? You like at your Dolus.
Oh, he understands you.
Hello. Just kind of like wave lightly at her. I will be your provider of apples for the upcoming future.
Are you here just like that's fucking right? I like this guy.
Oh, he really likes you.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, like I think he's like good with food. He'll be perfectly fine. These are good. That one won salary though. That's why he's named Salary.
Salary?
Yeah, celery. Yeah,
Oh,
He wants to get paid regardless.
Yeah,
of
he
the
wants
hours.
money.
You were definitely saying salary.
yeah. Yeah,
I
this,
can-
like celery is his salary.
Right.
you
I mean,
go.
I can make
Basically,
celery
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Hello, horse. I will make you celery.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
Sam, what do you want?
You like turn this. Yes, it's like Sam. What do you want? Sam's like, I just want to go. I would just like to go. I do.
What
not
does he want,
to
Mara?
stay. I would like to go.
I think they
I'd
always
like
want to get
to
out of
go.
here.
Is he
like he
walking?
sounds. No, he sounds. He's doing little like pity patters with his feet. He's just like, I would like to go. I would like to go. He's like all happy.
They're ready to move.
Okay.
Think we're good to go then?
The guy's like tossing the bales of hay up as Tweak counts out the last of his 1,005 gold. Or 1,004, because Lotus gave him one.
Okay.
And then you guys trade, and then Nook is like, right, well, wish you well. If you ever need any horses, feel free to come back. I love
I
a
shake
paying
his hand.
customer. And shakes your hand.
A pleasure.
Of course, I mean, like, gets he rolls the carriage out, so it's like just outside of the stable, and he's like, well, not much responsibility no more. And he like walks off, starts sweeping up his garage. Mary and Lou are the ones hooked up to the carriage. The other four are trailing behind.
How is
Obviously,
the
I pull
inside?
rope out and
Yeah,
tie
tie
them
him
all
off.
off.
Yeah.
How is the inside of the carriage?
It's very nice. It's immaculate. It is. He was not lying when he said it is the nicest carriage he has. Like,
Okay.
it's clean, spotless. All the wood is like varnished and shiny. The seats are surprisingly like springy. Like, they have like a nice little boing to them as you sit on them. And who's taking the reins?
I'll probably be up there.
Mara, there is a little like overhang so you don't get rained on, with little like lamps dangling off of the corners that you can turn on. You can light.
Headlights.
Yeah, it is one of the nicest carriages. You guys set off out of the town of Talo.
I'll in the back, in the carriage, in like the corner of it, I'll cast create food and water and make like a little pile of apples and celery.
Okay, I will. I'll give you some extra benefit here and say that you make them in nice little bags, like feed bags and stuff
okay.
that you can fill with them, so that
Cool.
you guys don't have to worry about apples just rolling around.
Okay, and I'll make the apples and the celery, and I'll take an apple and I'll go over to Asfuck and present it.
Yeah. So you give ass fucking apple. And you all the other horses are like, ooh, except Celery that does not seem interested at all.
I'll give the other horses apples too, and then I'll give Celery some celery. Was that right?
I want to help with Lotus. We
Okay.
want to.
Feed the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could just give them
Friend.
apples instead. They're very happy to have apples
I
or
want to give
celery.
them like pat-
Scritches.
Scritches.
Yeah, they like the little like neck pats and scritches.
Horse.
Do
Not
you
Mara horse, but
enjoy
horse.
yourself?
Yeah.
What's wrong with Mara as a horse?
Nothing. It's just he's a conditional horse.
What does that mean, Lotus?
It means he's not.
You keep
always a
saying that
horse.
like as if it has some sort of meaning.
It's just he's not always a horse. Sometimes he has pointy ear. That goes like.
Does that make him a worse horse? He can be a horse whenever you want him to be a horse.
But
And
he's
then when
also
you
a
want him to be
squid.
Mara, well, okay.
Lotus, does
Yeah.
that make that me any less me?
Well, yes, actually. You are sort of like 50% you and 50% your sister sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I'm still me.
Well, Mara can be a horse whenever he wants. You can't always be you.
Plus, I guess. Actually, no, that's a little bit mean. I'm not gonna say that.
If they like, don't they like talk to each other? So isn't he always him? He just might not be.
I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works.
Mara.
Are you just always around?
Is Hick still pouting? Or is she talking to me?
Hicks available in your head.
Doc's like, yeah, no, I'm still here when I'm not here, but I just can't.
Hello, Hickory. I'm just like looking around.
Doc in your head just, hello, Dolus.
She says hi. She's not just
Hello.
floating around.
I'm
Where
Mara.
is she?
There's like silence.
Where is she?
According to Arlashna, some plane that's not a plane.
But we're on the material plane. So how is she here and can hear us, but
I don't know how it all works. I just know that her best theory is when we're not here, where dreams go.
There's a place where dreams go?
I guess.
here because it's like you.
But are dreams not just things that your mind creates?
You know, I guess Hick should have asked more about that.
It was a real emotional moment. We killed a Starlost. I was pretty stressed. I just didn't think about it.
I know. It's okay. I lost 3 fingers.
Yeah, no, I'm not sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the main thing. I still feel really bad about.
Why do you feel bad?
Because I brought him there.
Right.
Remember, her guilt's on your conscience.
Don't worry, Lotus. He literally asked for it.
You know, I'm gonna go sit with Mara.
As the story, as you were told, was that the griffin randomly attacked everybody. So this is the first time you are hearing he asked for it, and I took him there.
Oh.
But,
Yeah, here we go. Let's see how this goes.
you kind of assumed that already. You all load up in the carriage as everything is finished getting set up. And Mara, are you gonna crack the reins, or are you just gonna ask them nicely in horse if they could go?
In horse.
I'll ask him.
Yeah, you're just like, hey, can we go to? Can you guys take us to Fort Dawn? And they're just like, okay, and they just start.
Doc's sitting up front.
These
with Mara.
horses just have maps in their heads. They just know exactly how to get there. They don't need to be led. They lead us.
They have the Outlander background. They just know.
Fort Dawn Battle Pass.
Shut the fuck up!
I got a horse name. Ass fuck.
Get
So-
in my carriage. Continue,
You guys begin your journey to the city of Fort Dawn. The cobblestone kind of passes away at a certain point.
Oh,
and you
rest in peace.
Yes, exactly. No, you stop seeing cobblestone as you go. You are a very gentle downward slope. It is still almost like totally flat as you get out into these like farms and grasslands. But it is you can tell you are slowly moving down, like in the sense of sea level. And it is going to be a several hours journey. Relaxing in the carriage. There is another mood photo for the grasslands in Relevant.
Fantastic.
You guys are going along.
Love
Ignore the
mood
power
photos.
line in it.
Yo, what the
Oh my
fuck is
God,
that?
the Aeon engine?
Hey, yo!
The Aeon engine.
Is that the Aeon engine?
As you guys travel, okay. At one point, maybe like 3 hours through your trip, it's getting into the late afternoon at this point. You come around sort of a curve on the road that you've been following. You're not in woodland, but there are some trees in this area, sort of around the road. And as you come around a corner, there is just a big log in the middle of the roadway.
Why'd we stop?
There's a log.
Huh?
There's a log in the way.
Move it.
Open the carriage door.
Move it. She says.
There's a broken log laying across the
But like,
section of
how
tree.
big?
Yeah, how big is the log?
How big is the log? It is like a solid trunk of a tree that has like seemingly fallen over.
Seemingly, I'd like to use my passive investigation to seemingly find out whether it was
You'd
cut
like
down
to
or not.
use
What it
your-
seemingly is.
You cannot see the base of the tree. It's off
I'll
in the
get out and go
underbrush.
look. I don't give a fuck.
So you get off. You go to walk around. Can you, Mara? What yours? Passive perceptions. 19.
Notice this is absolutely jacked.
Okay. You don't notice anything strange as Twig gets out and heads around towards the base of this tree. Twig, you like move some of the bushes aside to look at the base of this tree, and there is a nice saw cut through the base. And just as you're like, fuck, a sword, like you feel a point just gently at the side of your neck.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, sir.
And then Mara, you see got like a guy stand up full out of the bushes with a sword like leveled at Twink. And then a few other guys coming out of the brush with like clubs and maces all around you. Maybe like a dozen people surrounding you all.
Oh.
Oh, that's a nice carriage you're riding in, little one.
What?
It's a nice carriage you're riding in.
What? No, what'd you say after that?
Oh, someone's got a height complex.
I'm gonna cast third level Thunder Wave.
Let's
Yeah,
go!
yeah, you are.
I was gonna say, before he does this, do we hear these voices
you
outside?
do hear a voice outside, but there's not enough time to react before a third
Would I
level
s-
thunder wave goes off.
Would I see because I'm sitting up front with Mara?
Were you sitting up front with
Were
Mara?
you sitting
Yeah.
up front with? Oh yeah, that because
Yeah.
you got mad.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you'd see.
Okay.
You also wouldn't have time to react.
Oh
if
no,
people
I
came
know.
out of
I'm
the
just
bush
like,
and
would
it
I
just-
see?
Twig just like fucking explodes. Like 20 feet,
15
like
foot
20
cube
feet in
around
front
me.
of the carriage.
15-foot cube.
Succeeds the con save. And they will not be forced away, but you are doing 4d8s of damage.
I'll say, as we hear the voices and then the loud, thunderous boom outside, I'll step out of the carriage.
Not bad at all, actually. I got a pretty good roll there. That's 20 thunder damage.
20 thunder damage? Alright, well,
Everyone in a 15-foot cube of me.
roll initiative.
Yeah, let's go.
That's
Oh,
another
I
good
don't.
roll.
I don't have a map for this because it was
Let's
a
not a
random
roll.
encounter.
Ah, it's whatever. It's a bunch of bandits.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I got a 24.
I got 17.
More than 20. Look,
What?
Let's go!
All right.
I love this shot.
Twink, what did you roll?
24.
And Lotus?
22.
Okay. 20 to 15. What'd you got, Doc?
17.
Oh, he also got 17.
Oh,
your
Doc
dex
and
is
Dolus
higher.
got 17. Dolus is...
I got
11.
plus 2 decks.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
bastard.
14.
Yep, so Dolus then Doc. I should have rolled also. Okay.
Oh god, Mara.
Well, and then Mara, because,
So
you know,
re-roll bad.
Mara would
and Alina.
3.
Oh shit! Yeah, Alina. She hasn't said a goddamn thing.
She's been in her book as soon as you guys got out of the rain. She's seemed kind of nervous for most of the trip. You all remember that she assumes she's meeting her life's hero in like the next few hours. She rolled an 18, so she goes before Dolus and Doc.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so the only one of you who rolled higher than the bandits is Twink. So Twink, you get to go, and then it's the bandits, and then it's Lotus.
Right, so how many bandits are there?
Well, there are 12, or there were 12. Your Thunder Wave killed 2 and
Cool.
injured the one closest to you.
Cool.
So there
How-
are now 10.
Okay, and like, where are they in front of me? Like, if I were to say, just imagine with me if I wanted to cast a spell in a 30-foot cone.
If you wanted to cast a spell to 30 foot, so it is a road, and they are at like equidistant on the sides of it.
Okay.
So you caught the 3 on the side closest to you, and you could turn back and catch 2 going back.
Could I position myself to catch more?
No. It's just a 15 foot.
It's
Or
a
30
30-foot
foot.
cut. It's a 30-foot cone.
You could hit 3. You could hit 3. If you use 5 feet of movement to reorganize, you could hit 3. Ow.
Yeah, that sounded
You
like
good,
it hurt.
buddy?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that. I'll position myself and I'll cast Rhymes Binding Ice.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
That's a save from me, yes?
It is.
Another con save?
Uh-huh.
What's your save DC?
16.
They failed by 1.
All right, so they will be trapped by ice. Well, hindered by ice for
How much
1 minute.
How much damage are you doing to them? Because it's damage also, isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah, it'll be 3d8.
Okay.
Will this do any sort of additional effect because they are soaking wet in the rain?
I mean, they're definitely frozen. Like they're solidly frozen. It's
so
it's
that'll
cold enough
be-
that it would have frozen them like basically solid, even if they weren't wet.
That'll be 11 cold damage.
Well, the one who you had already injured, who's holding the sword next to you, as he got thunderwaved and was like, "Oh, what the fuck!" You have arranged around him, and you just clap your hands together, and he's like, "What the?" As he is frozen solid and dies. And 2
before
behind him are. Oh yes.
Yeah, well, go ahead. Flavor. Continue.
The 2 behind him are
Continue.
just like they're like, "Duh!" And this ice builds up on them and freezes their wet boots into the mud.
It's not too late to not die. And then I'll end my turn.
Well, there's only 1 left on the right side of the carriage, way in the back, and all the 6 on the left side of the carriage are left. So one of them, as it's their turn, is just gonna shout, "Get the fucking horses and run!" And he's gonna run up, and he's just gonna hack at the rope holding the other, like the furthest back horse. Who would have been the furthest back horse as you tied them up? Mary and Lou were up front. So Sam, Pinochle, Celery, and Assfuck, what is their marching order behind?
A great question that I don't have the answer to.
Who wants to make up the marching order, or shall I?
Assfuck was closest.
Okay.
Assfuck, celery. What are the other two? Pinochle and whatever.
Yeah, Sam and Pinochle.
All right. Pinochle and
Pinochle was at the back. Okay. Or
like they're in order of funny names.
Okay, so Sam's at the back.
No!
Yeah, so he makes a slash at this rope, and he's gonna hit the rope, and he's gonna cut the rope in one clean cut, and then he's gonna just try to like shoo the horse off, and I'm just gonna say all of the others rush up and are trying to hack the horses loose real quick, and so one of them, running up to the rope holding Assfuck, fails. He slips. The knife slips on the wet rope and does not cut. You're not losing celery. The rope holding Pinochle is cut. And then the other two are just booking it back into the woods after they saw Twig just like one shot a bunch of their group. And then the one dude on the right who was like alone, already gone. Like he just left. He just left. He was basically staring down a straight line of his friends, dead or frozen, and was just like, nope.
So there's 3?
There are 4 of them at the back.
Okay.
The other 3 have fled off into the woods, and the rest are dead or locked down in ice.
Mm.
And it is going to now be then Lotus's turn. Lotus, the door to the carriage is open. I'll say there's been enough time for Dolus to kind of step and give you enough room to get out past him.
Can I see that they're cutting down the horses from where I am?
Yes.
As I'm pulling out, probably just my obsidian spear, I'm gonna look at Dolus like, murder? Full murder? Half murder?
No, half maybe.
Okay. I'm just gonna run out, hop out, kind of hop, but then like my wings flap as I go to the one closest to the horses and to the back of the carriage.
Okay, the one who was trying to cut Assfuck loose.
Mm-hmm.
You come up on this this like dark-haired dude who's like struggling with the knife on wet rope, and he turns and he sees you in your like in Dolus's black cloak that he used to wear, with your wings like fluffed up and a black glass spear, and he's just like, this is supposed to be fucking easy.
It's not the Grim Reaper.
Anyways, I stabbed him twice.
Yeah, you stabbed him twice.
Non-lethally? Question mark?
Yeah, non-lethally. The first one is 11, the second one is a dirty 20.
11 doesn't hit, dirty 20 does.
That is 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay, you stab him really well in like the side, and he's just like, God fuck! He like drops from the horse. He's just like, hey.
I would recommend you leave.
Is that your turn?
No, I'm going to go around him. Am I able to get to the next person?
Yes.
Without leaving this person's attack range,
Yes,
I guess.
because they're just one horse after the other.
Okay, and I'm also going to flurry of blows, stab him.
Okay.
So is this Pinochle now, or is this celery?
Celery.
This is celery. So
Celery.
this one also failed at the cutting.
Yes. So Pinochle and Sam are both loose in the back. Sam has been like shushed away and is attempting to like run off in a fright into the woods.
14, and the other one is higher.
They both hit. 14 is the AC.
Awesome. Holy shit. 16 points of damage? If I'm doing that right.
Well, so you stab the first guy and he's like, oh fuck, holy shit. And you like twirl around him, spin the spear around and stab the other dude. And just because of like you're intending to do this non-lethally on flurry of blows, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, You give him a solid just like jab at the side. He's just fuck, and he like slides down in the mud and he's just laying there like He is as he like passes out from the pain.
Kind of look back at the first person that I
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
go.
He
Don't
can't
come
move. It's
back.
not his turn. Go. Go.
That's my
Don't
turn.
Come back. You're so. Oh my god. That's my turn. It's Lena's turn. Alina kind of like looks out the back of the carriage and looks at Dolus and she's like, "Oh, bandits. Okay. Okay." And she like opens her book and flips through a little, and she mutters something as she pulls out a little ball of clay and squishes it and just tosses it out the back window. And Lotus, next to you, an earth elemental just all of them are like, "What the fuck?" And then it just smashes down on that first guy that you swung at. Oh,
Just spurts him.
Oh yeah, no, he is rendered into a paste immediately.
Oh, never mind.
Like you were like, "Run away and never come back." And he was like, "Yeah, no, of course." And then it's gonna use its movement to move on to the next person because it's got enough movement for that.
I look at Dolus like,
I didn't do that.
And then the next person, it just smacks them, and they get knocked prone, but they are not dead. They are just dazed. And that is Alina's turn. Dolus, it is your turn.
Okay. Damn it. I'll whip out my my battle axe. What is the one who cut Sam off? Is he getting the rope off, or what's he?
He is like spooking and dragging Sam off into the woods. You're not going to be able to get a ranged attack on him without risking hitting Sam.
That's fine. I'm going to fly over to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's pulling Sam along. Right?
Yeah.
I would like to attempt to make a non-lethal attack, specifically at his arm.
Okay. To try and get him to let go of Sam.
Yeah.
Okay.
In one way or another. So let's.
We're doing a dock protocol.
That's 22 to hit.
The AC is 14.
And so that, and I would like to also make this a menacing attack.
Okay.
I think
So. Yeah, I know, but let me do my fucking stuff, bro. So that's 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And needs to make a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, I had a D8 because of my superiority. That's 7 points of slashing damage, actually.
Okay. What's the wisdom save?
Where did it go?
What's your freaking spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 15.
Okay, so he saves.
Okay.
Play rollies with me.
Okay.
the rule of if they can do
16.
it, we can do it.
16?
Yeah.
Well, you've beat him. So you bring the axe down, and as it's getting to his arm and slashing, he, on instinct, not wanting to lose his fucking arm, just lets go of Sam and like jerks back and is like, "Oh fuck!"
And then I'll as I come down from the slash, I just hold on to the rope from Sam's thing, and I just look at him, and I just make eye contact and just, you should run.
Hey, Doc, it is your turn. At the other door of the carriage.
Doc's had a real long day.
Yep.
He is just gonna walk over to the one that's prone.
You just get out, walk around the horses.
As he's walking, he summons the hour, hood's still up, and he's just like, "You picked the wrong people to fuck with." And he just slashes down on the one that's prone, activates Eldritch Slash.
You have make an attack with advantage.
How's a nat 20?
Well, I mean,
Is that
You miss, actually.
yeah, actually, I
Dumb
missed.
question.
Cryo, the one holding Sam's less than 30 feet away, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So one of those. So get hitting the
Have
one
you
that's prone.
Have you taken what I think you have taken?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's go.
So yeah, the slash is hitting the one that's prone. Both beams, both echoes, are hitting the one that's further away.
Okay. Well, roll double die on both.
All
As
right.
you activate Eldritch Spear on your Eldritch Slash and
Yeah.
extend the range out to 30 feet.
So on the guy laying on the ground, it does 13 damage.
He was already knocked pretty heavily by that Earth Elemental, so you just you kill him immediately.
And on the one who's currently trying to run away, let's see, what's the damage on that? It's a D8, yeah. So there's 6 from the echo. Oh wait, no, I double both of those beams, don't I?
Yeah, so the slash it would have been 2 slashes that both get
That's
doubled.
17.
Yeah, I'm like, you should be rolling 4 d8s for your slash.
Yeah, that's 17.
Well, he was also already injured by Dolus. He's like holding his arms. Dolus is like, "You should run." He's like, "Yeah, I really should." And then from behind, he just gets like across like an X, and he just like falls into you, dead.
Just like I'm like he falls into me, and I'm like, oh, what? Oh, okay.
Doc, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's me, bro.
Mara, you at the front of the carriage are up.
So, who's alive?
There are 2 dudes left alive. Everybody else is either run or is currently frozen.
Okay. So only one of the horses got cut off, right?
2 of them, Pinochle and Sam. The
Yeah.
dude who was holding Pinochle just got killed by Doc, and the guy who was taking Sam got also killed by Doc.
And I assume the leader's frozen.
He's dead. Twig's children dead.
Cool.
So there's the 2 frozen guys, and then the 2 dudes in the way back regretting their choices.
Gotcha. All right. I'll just fire a guiding bolt at one of them. Fuck it.
All right. Fuck it.
Why not?
What level?
2.
We just got out of war. We're not. This isn't a
18.
fight. This is venting
18
frustration.
hits. Roll damage.
18.
You're like, they seem pretty scared. I guess I'll just guiding bolt them. Like, it's gonna hurt them. They'll be fine. You fire off a guiding bolt, and it just blasts through this dude, and he's just like, and you see through the hole you made in him for a second, and then he just falls down.
Oops. I'll sit back down.
You just Twink, we're back up top to you. There's the 2 frozen dudes in front of you.
Kind of like knock on the one dude who had his sword at me. I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. I'll walk up to the other 2 and you've got 6 seconds to tell me why I shouldn't kill you. And then I'll end my turn.
Bandits are both just like, look, we really just needed money. We weren't even gonna kill you. It was his idea. Like, they're pointing at the popsicle guy. They're like, look, we'll just. One of them like drops his sword. He's like, nah, go look. Come on, man, come on. Like, We're good. We'll just leave. We'll leave. It's fine. That's it. It's just like 6 seconds of panicked muttering about how they'll leave. The one surviving dude in the back who hadn't already run, who is not currently within range of any of you, is using his action to sprint as far as he can into the woods. he's taking all 60 feet of movement just out into the fields and the trees. So you guys watch him just dart off. I will say P-Knuckle hasn't been grabbed, and P-Knuckle is kind of startled and is going to use all of her movement to move like as far away as she can also. So she is now 40 feet away, like off the roadside in a panic.
Bruh.
Are we out of initiative?
Depends on what Lotus does here now that her turn starts.
So is Pinochle the only one running away, or is Sam also?
Sam is being held by Dolus. Dolus grabbed Sam. So
Okay.
P-Knuckle is running away.
Can I fly after Pinochle and like attempt to horse things?
Make an animal handling check.
Attempt to horse
I would
things.
like to use my action to attempt to do horse things.
Roll for horse.
Roll for horse girl.
Roll a horse check. A horse
16.
16. All right, you land in front of it, and you're like, hey, whoa! And it's like clearly startled, but like it stops. And it's just like You see like off at kind of like an angle now, the other dude like running away and just like, I fucking hate this place. And I will say now, as the last dude runs and the other two have given up and everyone else is dead or gone already, you are out of initiative. It's just
Fantastic.
these two frozen dudes and all of the dead bodies.
I'll start tying their hands up.
Hey, look, man, honestly, never wanted to do this in the first place, really. Just, I guess it's just the hard times around here.
You're not making it easier.
Do we get to eat these ones?
So here's what's gonna happen.
No, you're playing Doc, not Socks.
I know. Doc knows.
No, he's a werewolf. It's the joke.
I know.
So you weren't hired for this. You don't have any other
No.
affiliations. You're just out here on your own.
Like the dude who has been talking is like, no, you're just a really nice carriage out in the middle of fucking nowhere on a dark day.
This happens often here.
I mean, not super often. Maybe like once a month. Maybe. I mean, we just like the other ones like, shut the fuck up. Just why are you fucking tired? And look at us! Look at what they fucking did to him! Like points at the frozen dude. Fucking Mallory is a paste!
So, do you guys have families? Where are you from?
Yes, I do. I'm from I'm from just a little no fucking pissant village down north. Maybe like stone's throw that way. You take me there, I'm sure the guard will rest me, do me just fine. That'd be fine. You can do with him whatever you want. I don't give a shit. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
Do you know how much time you've cost me today?
I mean, you had handled this really quickly, actually, so maybe like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or like 10 seconds.
What do you think 10 minutes is worth to me?
I have that sword, and I have this knife, and you can have them both. And my boots. I guess that's all I got. That's all I have of value on me, really. You want that? He like gestures his leather armor. He's like, "You want this? You want this? You can have this."
So, you're gonna clean all your dead friends up,
Yeah.
and you never fucking saw us.
Well, hey, I don't want to ever talk about having seen you, so that works for me, sir.
You're
Boss
also gonna
man.
move that log for us.
Mr. Yeah, of course. Put it there in the first place. Might as well. Good Samaritan
Alright.
deeds.
Glad we're on the same page, and I'll cut him loose.
Holy shit! Like they both just rush over and start dragging this log out of the road. Yes.
Can Lotus bring back the horse and start like tying?
Yeah.
Then
You bring back the horse and start tying it up to the cut.
I
thing.
I was
The
gonna
whole
say
time.
while that was
That's so
happening,
cute.
I'm like retying Sam.
Yep. You guys.
Doc has walked over to Sam and is just like, "Oh, okay, thank God you're okay. I would die for this thing already, man. I've had a long day."
Ray, are you saying something specific to your horse that you're petting?
It's just words.
Okay,
Is
so
that
no
you?
was the
You
answer.
horse,
Pomegranate.
I love them. Horse. Love horse.
I wanted to walk over to the body of the guy who I told to run and then promptly got slashed in some pieces. And just kind of like crouch down beside him and just like, sorry about that. You should have run.
Just laying there on the ground, like down, his face like to the side, just like dead.
And I'm just gonna, after like seeing that and like it's tying up Sam, I'm just gonna go right back into the carriage.
Right? Everybody gets the horses tied back up, gets back in the carriage. Those guys drag the log off, and they're just like, "Yeah, you good to go. You're all set."
Lotus' head is like poked out the door. He's like, bye bye.
We'll clean this up. Don't you worry. Like wave as Mara just starts y'all off again.
Mara and Doc on the front.
Then as you guys like lean back and watch that, they like go over to one of their friends. They just grab him by the legs and start like dragging him off the road.
In the back of the carriage as we set off, I'm just, how many of them died?
Probably like, I don't know, 6 or 7, maybe 8.
Cryo, how many of them died?
Well,
Definitely 2.
7 died.
There you go.
7. Okay. You see, after asking that, Dolus takes his mask off of like the side of his head, and then just pulls out a dagger and starts carving into the inside.
Alina like sees you doing that, and she's like, "Oh!" And she like goes into her little bag, and she pulls out like a little chisel, and she just hands it to you.
Just kind of look at it and look back at her.
It'll be easier.
Okay.
I never thought that you'd be like that. Like you'd be like bloodthirsty enough to track all of your kills on the inside of your mask. That's a lot. That's I don't know. I just never took you for like that kind.
But it's not.
I mean,
it's
that's
not
what
the
you're.
reason.
I mean, but like you're. Oh, what's the reason?
I keep track of how many people that die because of me, or people that I am, or things that I had control over in some way, or was a part of, because as long as I have of the mentality that as long as I remember that it happened and that they were people and that they existed, they're not really dead yet.
Put the 27 on there I killed?
No, Twink. I believe that your rapid fire explosions were out of my control for the most part.
Well, I feel like
27?
the 3 that I killed are also out of your control.
No, that was the.
I turned. Yeah. And I just turned that one guy into like putty. That was not. You didn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, I don't think you didn't kill any of them, did you?
I did not directly kill any of them. However, I did harm one who ended up.
Well, Dolus, I think it's very noble of you to want to not just
kill people on a whim. I also think it's.
want to kill people at all.
I also
Alright,
think
first
it's
off, he
really
called me little
masochistic
guy,
of
alright?
you. Oh, ooh.
What?
Oh,
What
I
did-
thought
I
that was
didn't hear.
directed at me. I thought.
I didn't hear what Twink said.
I said, first off, he called me little guy. It wasn't a whim.
No, I'm talking to. I mean, it's good that you don't kill on a whim either, especially considering you're like running a country now. That'd probably be. That's like checkmark 1 for tyrant. So you know. But Dolus, it's good that you don't either. 'Cause you did. I mean, that's checkmark 1 for crazy. But yeah, no, I mean, but I do think carving all of them onto the inside of your mask is a little. It's a little masochistic. It's a little. It's kind of. I mean, it's kind of just torturing yourself for like no reason, don't you think? I mean, not no reason. I guess it's like good that you remember them and that they were people, but like. I mean, if you don't just kill randomly and you kill to keep yourself safe, it's like, why torture yourself like that?
I don't see it as torture. I don't see it as something that is burdening me. At least, it's nothing in comparison to, I mean, dying, I suppose.
It's fair. She got like awkwardly twiddles her thumbs.
Lotus that whole time has just been sitting there, like, doing the kickies with her leg.
The kickies.
The little
Yeah.
kickies.
She's like background Nezuko in Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I'm able to hear, right? Like, is there a window?
Yeah, there's like a
Partition.
chauffeur partition,
Okay.
yeah, at the front of the thing.
The doc just kind of chimes in and goes, "We're in a position where we don't exactly always get to choose whether or not people live or die, Dolus."
You could have chosen back then.
I could have. But we're not all saints.
That's fine. I just
You just want to put a scratch in your mask.
want to hold myself accountable. I don't see myself as better than any of you for it. It's just something that I need to do for myself.
With all
Okay, but like,
respect.
oh my god, guys, we fought bandits on the roadside. We're like real adventurers.
With all respect, Dolus. Maybe I was projecting. People like that were the reason that my dad died. So, chose poorly, I guess. But
I understand.
good to have the canary, in a way. Be the guiding light in case one of us goes too far.
Right, doesn't the canary usually die when that's done? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, that's the whole point, is for the canary to die instead of the people.
Just kind of look at Twig as he says that and then look back over to Doc.
Listen, man, I just heard the turn of phrase. I found out what a canary actually was, like, a couple months ago.
What's a canary?
It's a bird.
Alina,
It's a
like
bird.
quietly, is like, and they're birds. Oh.
Okay.
You all somewhat awkwardly resume conversation as you drive away from the bloodied, muddy mess that you have left at the attempt by bandits to rob you.
Dummies.
And then after a few more hours, as evening kind of starts to set in, the rain is not coming down as hard now. It is still coming consistently. It's a lot thinner, lighter drops that come down. The sound has sort of kind of become gentle. Some of you even managed to take naps in the carriage at this point. Doc and Mara have handed off the reins a few times. I'll say you've all managed to get a short rest in this time.
Coolio.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, most of you have gotten multiple short rests, but because Doc and Mara have been trading the reins, they have also gotten short rests.
As we get to like a part where like the rain is sort of slowing down or quieting down, I'll like call to the front. Mara.
Yeah.
You are a druid, and I know that druids sort of have are in tune with nature and whatnot and things like that. Do you think you would ever be a sort of druid or as connected to the world and the nature to be able to like change the weather?
Eventually.
So you would be able to do that.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Fascinating.
Might be a while though. I've seen some people do some crazy stuff with the weather.
Right. I mean, we saw Gillian change the weather.
If I could find the spell, I could change the weather.
Is there a spell for just changing the weather?
Yeah! That's probably what Gillian used.
Oh.
Is it called change weather?
I don't have it, so I don't know what it's called. But I know it exists.
Control weather.
Oh, see?
Is there a reason people don't just use it more often? Just always change the weather to be whatever they'd like it to be.
Well, it takes a lot of power, which is why even I can't cast it yet. And realistically, unless you manage to hold the spell long enough and use it just right, the weather will just eventually go back to the way it was. So, it's besides, I think it's kind of nice as a mage accepting that there are some things even we can't totally change. I'm kind of weird about that. Most wizards are like, I shall become as God! Oh, come on, Twink. You know a bunch of wizards. They all want to, like, be able to hold power over the universe. You muted.
That was weird. I just hit it 4 times before it actually went unmuted.
Weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, sure there are some, but like not all of them.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I went to the academy. Maybe the Empire just breeds like different. magic
Oh, no, the
users.
young ones definitely feel that way, but they learn really quickly that they kind of suck.
Don't you want to make giant rocks fall from the sky?
Yeah.
Do you know a lot of wizards?
Some learn slower than others.
Do you know a lot of wizards, Twink?
I mean, I know a handful. I mean, people always want things done with things they know. Magic rods and such.
Right.
Yeah, ironically enough, despite learning a lot about magic, most wizards never learn how to make magic items.
Maybe it's like a different, like, art.
Yeah, it takes a whole different study.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they're pretty similar to me.
Maybe it's like one of those things where if you learn one thing, you can easily do the other, but if you start with the one thing, it's harder to do the other.
I think it's more a matter of ego for most wizards. They don't want to spend the time making magic stuff, so they just pawn it off on artificers. Not to say that you're just, you're only good for pawning stuff off on. I just meant that as like that's what other people do. I obviously appreciate artificers, which is why I came to Twigtania with the Artificers Guild, like a whole guild of artificers that I spent time with, because I clearly am good.
Alina, you're digging a hole.
I don't know how to stop talking.
Just cover your mouth.
Open the book up.
What book are you reading?
I'm just reading my spell book over and over and over again.
Why?
To memorize.
Can I
Okay.
see?
As long as you don't break it. She like hands it over. It is a bunch of runes and like notes scrawled in the margins of every single page. And then in one corner, tiny little doodles of what seem to be the spell effects. So you'll see as you flip through a section that's clearly about elementals, tiny little like almost stick figure doodles of a wizard, and then like a big elemental of like each of the elements.
Oh, you used this one earlier.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Oh.
That's the earth elemental.
Does this have to do with the thing that, like, Doc just said, where you wanna...
Throw rocks from the sky? No. And she flips through the book all the way to the like last page. Like there, she flips past a huge empty section to the last page where there is this horrifically fucking complicated runic circle. And then in the top corner where the doodle is, there's just the drawing of like a giant explosion. Just like, this is meteor swarm. This calls down 4 giant fireballs from the sky, and then they explode. It's what Delilah did to destroy Gillian's ship.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. Good luck. I don't understand any of this.
Flipping through it all.
She like takes it, she's like, ah.
Oh.
It's like Delilah's like signature spell.
Like how I punch things?
Yeah. She actually, where we're going, the city of Fort Dawn. Fort Dawn, the remainder of Fort Dawn is actually only about 1/3 of what Fort Dawn used to be. Way back during the war, there's like the harbor that Fort Dawn's right next to. Way back during the war, stuff got crazy, and the Empire was trying to take Eubuea back, and they took back most of the fort. And so in retaliation, Delilah cast Meteor Swarm, and because it was right on the harbor and on the cliff, she sunk half of the fort just down into the ocean with the blast.
Oh.
It's so cool.
And you want to do that?
Yeah!
Why?
Well, I mean, because that's so cool.
Because all wizards have god complexes, Alina.
Oh, God. She's like processing.
Do you have a god complex?
I mean, I don't want to do it because I want to be God. I just kind of want to do it because I think it would look really, really cool. And also, I'd probably feel like a rush of power and satisfaction. Oh, God, I have a God complex.
That's what it's like to cast Tsunami. Not Tsunami, Tidal Wave. Fun.
When you meet Delilah, Alina,
Yeah.
you know what you're going to say to her.
Probably nothing for a long period of time because
Nothing.
I
That's right.
won't be able to. I'll be
Yeah.
so many good feelings.
You should rehearse your lines.
No,
Oh,
she shouldn't.
should I have something prepared? Should I have like a proper greeting? Twink, should I have a proper greeting from Twinktania as the librarian of Twinktania?
I would prefer you say
Would I be the
nothing.
librarian? Could I? What's my term? My title? Am I like the bookkeeper?
You are
Am I like
Alina.
a lore master? Am I just Alina? Am I still just
I'm
Alina?
Alina.
Hi.
Alina
Okay.
Doll. It's nice to meet you.
Okay. I
It's
can
what
do
you'll
that.
say the next time you meet her. After
Okay,
the first time.
Okay, I can do that. I get it. You don't have to.
Why can't she introduce herself on the first time?
Because I don't want to get meteor swarmed.
Yeah, because I'm gonna just be an absolute mess. This is a very serious situation.
You know what I mean?
But
We're
I'll
on a
stand in the
list.
back and I'll make little squealy noises.
Oh.
Or I'll make very quiet little squealy noises. That won't disturb anyone.
What if you just don't?
I don't think I'm gonna be able to not, is the message I'm trying to get
what if
across.
you just stay in the carriage?
No,
Oh,
please don't
okay,
do that to me.
You could here. Imagine, and then I'm
Mhm.
going to disguise myself to look like Delilah.
She like drops her spellbook in her lap.
Doc, looking back through the partition, is just like, that was sad. That was sad.
That's what Delilah looks like in person.
It's just quiet for a second, then Dolus's voice. Yes.
That's very unsettling, but she's so pretty.
Didn't they meet?
I don't think they did.
No.
So, like, do you like Delilah in, like, the way of, like, you know, like crushes and dating, or like, do you just, like, really, like...
She did see Delilah when Delilah came to look at the volcano, so she has seen Delilah.
I
But
was
she hasn't
like,
seen Delilah up close. Like, they
Yeah, that's
haven't
true.
been point blank one-on-one with each other.
Fair enough.
So yeah, so it's just like dating Delilah, like a romantic couple. I mean, Delilah's married, so
Oh,
no.
okay.
Just a ring appears on Dolus's ring finger, like
Wait a
on this
minute.
image of Delilah.
Just because she's married, is that the only reason?
I mean, I'll never say never in a hypothetical, but I mean, it's not like I don't like stay up at night like dreaming about like Delilah.
Yeah, you do.
At least not like no. At least not like yeah. No. There no insight check is necessary. She's like, I mean, like I just it's not like. I mean, it's not that I'm against. Like it's not like that I like wouldn't enjoy that. This is getting really personal all
Hey,
of a
Cryo,
sudden.
what does Delilah sound like?
She's Scottish.
She's Scottish.
Okay.
Like higher pitched.
Never mind.
She sounds like
You were
Errol.
gonna try, weren't you?
well, she
You were
sounds like
gonna-
Errol, but she sounds like
But I know that I can't do a Scottish accent, and I know that if I tried, you would make me act it out. So I
Yeah.
won't be doing that.
if you wanna cast a spell to just make the words that Delilah would say, if you have that.
I do have minor illusion. So as she's like talking about trying to deny, dreaming about Delilah, she hears in Delilah's voice coming from my direction, just like the words in Delilah's voice. That's a little strange, don't you think?
That's a little strange, don't you think? And just oh, don't do that to me.
So Dolus, you won't
Sorry.
kill people, but psychological warfare is okay?
What do you mean?
What's psychological warfare?
I don't understand.
Something you should never learn how to do.
Who's
Is it because
who's she
it has the
married
word
to?
war?
Who's she
Is it
married
Matthias?
to? No, God, no. She's hundreds of years older than Matthias. She helped Matthias's wet nurse. I mean,
Oh.
I guess they could be. I guess. I mean, I don't. I'm not an elf, so I don't know how they would feel about that.
It's like a nanny.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know personally, but I mean, I don't think she's a thing with Matthias. Do you guys think she's a? I mean, you guys know her better than I do, I guess.
Who is she married to?
Oh, she's married to just a woman. I don't know all of the details. She's really shockingly not open about her private life.
Why is that
Shockingly,
Okay, I mean, not shocking. Not like. I mean, it makes sense to not be open about your private life. But I've gone through a lot of fucking books. You think I would have found the name of her wife by now, but I don't. I haven't. I don't have it. I don't know where
are
it is.
you like interested in her in that way, or are you just like, is she like just a teacher type of thing?
I mean, it's a
Family?
Lotus. Have you never had like an idol?
She sort of looks up to Delilah the way that you look up to Raiden.
Oh.
But not parental. Like the bit of you that feels like Raiden's kind of a dad, get rid of that. But all the other feelings stay.
But you seem like
And maybe some other more confused feelings.
you definitely aren't allowed to talk to her.
We've established this. I'm not gonna.
okay. I learned this recently, in which like when a person and a person really like each other, they have like sexual intercourse. Is that what's going on?
Oh!
And on that note,
Actually,
Stop
we're gonna
talking
take a
about
break.
sexual intercourse.
We're gonna take a break. For the break, I mean, it was seconds ago for all of you. You know
Yeah.
what happened before the break. If you don't know what happened before the break, did you also take a break? What did you get? Did you get food? Did you get a drink? Did you have a good time? Are you having
You
a good time?
left? You
Are you
stopped
talking to them like
watching?
they're like
They
babies?
paused. They took a break. If they're watching
You,
this,
you
they didn't
stopped
stop.
watching?
We
Bro, I
That's
never
stopped.
okay. Take
started
care of
watching.
yourself. Take care of
I never
yourself.
started watching, bro. It's alright.
Everybody, if you're at home right now, hydrate. Have a drink of water right now.
Okay.
It's not water, it's tea. I'm a fucking hypocrite. Anyways, you guys have continued your travel through the rainy countryside of Eubuea. Really taking in everything around you. It's very, as you go, you start to get the concept. It is, as I've said a few times before, it's very Nordic. It's very, like, lots of slopes and hills, but then you'll just see, like, mountains come up at very steep angles that were once clearly volcanic. And there's lots of various gulches and fjords that were cut by glaciers a long, long time ago. But you're going through, like, a nice sort of basin valley. So your terrain is not disturbed greatly at any point. And as you come over one rise, the sun setting somewhere in the distance ahead of you, silhouetted is the ocean, and there, on the seaside, is a huge city. For those of you who came from Riesti, it is bigger or round than Riesti. It doesn't, from a distance, seem as densely packed. Twink, having lived for a time in Altairi, you know that it's nowhere near as gigantic and glorious as the crown jewel of the Empire, but the city of Fort Dawn, as it spreads out below you all, is metropolitan, glorious. You can see carts on the roads moving in and out, even in the rain, lines of people at the gates trying to get in, even all the way from out here. And among it, there are two larger buildings that stand out to you immediately. There's one that, as it rises up, is a castle. It is right on the seaside, to the northern corner of the city. It has these layers of walls and protection around it. And then more towards the center of the city, there's what seems to be a giant church. And as you're taking it all in, you do see further out on the seaside, and Alina points it out to all of you, a fort similar to an old, somewhere between an old medieval fort and like a Civil War era coastal fort. Sort of a pentagram shape on the coast, on the sort of rise of cliff before it dips down into the sea. And she says, "That is Fort Dawn, right on the middle of the city of Fort Dawn."
And that is where we're going?
Yeah. Take you all about 30 to 40 more minutes from where you are to travel down to the city. And you make your way down. At one point, you cross a river, and more people start to be around. You see farmhouses and normal houses, tiny little clusters of homes that almost are like a mimicry of a village out here. You get the sense that it's probably a bunch of farmers who all just decided to like live in one place to just make life easier as they work on all of these big farms and plains on the outskirts of the city. And as you get closer, you start getting into the point where like the outer walls have little towns built up around them. And so you enter through one of these as you're mingling with other carts and people walking around. And the vibe of a city kind of starts to hit you. But unlike Riesti or Midnori, or in Twink's case, Altairi, it seems subdued as you approach. Everything feels kind of quiet, and you're not sure if it's because of the rain or if you've just come at a lull towards the end of the day. But everybody seems to be moving with a sort of lethargy to them as you approach the gates.
Not really what you expect, huh?
Why?
Oh, right. It's typically, I would say busier, but that's not the word, because it seems plenty busy. It's almost quiet.
Usually, cities are big and bustling and loud. Alina's kind of like peeking out the little windows.
Through all hours, even through the night.
Do you think maybe it's because it's raining? I know when Dulles and I were living in the woods, when it started raining, all the animals would like hide away from the rain, and then it would be really quiet.
I don't know.
That's Alina like leans in and she's like, Dulles, Lotus.
Yes.
Maybe you maybe don't want to bring Aarakocra into the city? Like, she glances at Twink. I mean, considering as far as the world knows, the last time an Aarakocra really did anything, it was an assassination.
It's up to you guys. I won't tell you what to do.
I mean, it's easy for me, and then I just disguise myself to look more human, and then it's like, Lotus, are you fine with being invisible for a while?
I can turn invisible for 1 hour, or I can be another person for 1 hour.
Okay.
Oh, you both know disguise self, like Alina like.
Sorry?
You both know the spell disguise self, because she said she could be someone else for an hour.
Well, I don't know of the spell itself. I just...
Oh, you could just do that. Is that a warlock thing? She like opens her notebook again and starts writing immediately.
I just sort of in my mind...
You just picture someone and you can look
No,
like them?
Hold on.
Oh.
I invoke Kaeli's name and am able to... Well, the way that it feels from my perspective, at least, is just sort of like... The perception of me is skewed because of the way that it was described to me is the perception of me is skewed because of something with the air around me. But when you put it that way, I think it might just be
Kind of sounds it kind of sounds a lot like disguise self. Like she like mutters, she's like writing it down. I mean, it's really interesting that you don't like cast it like a normal spell. But it's
just
cool.
sort
I mean,
of
it's
like a second nature to me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She like was writing it all down. You guys join the line of carts that are going up to the walls. Mara and Doc at the front.
Should she be invisible first or look like someone else first? It's like two of the cart.
I told you, it's your call. I really don't care.
Okay. Lotus, I suppose, I'll flip a coin. Go invisible first. You can hold my hand to just make sure you're still here.
The green on her wings kind of show up before she just completely vanishes.
Okay, so yes, so Lotus turns invisible. Dolus looks like a human. And you guys are approaching the gate where guards are like talking to the people at each individual cart. And you guys are up next. And as you guys are sitting there waiting, Alina's like, "What do we tell the guards we're here for?"
Does it matter?
Just visiting.
Okay, yeah. That okay.
Visiting business. What are we feeling?
Just visiting.
Yeah, business, they might ask for papers or like a license or to like look through
yeah.
goods or something.
But like,
I mean, I have a
they
license.
can. It's not like it really matters.
I thought aren't we supposed to like be on the down low?
But like, it's
You guys hear just a voice just next.
Oh,
Welcome to
Hello.
the city of Fort Dawn. What could I do for you?
I was just visiting.
Visiting?
Yep.
Good. Who are you visiting?
Just the town in general.
Oh,
Nothing
you're just here?
Yeah.
Where are you from? Where are you coming from? It's a very nice carriage.
Thank you. Where was the first town that we came from?
What was
Tallow.
We're coming from Tallow.
Yeah, we're coming from town.
You're coming from Tallow. That's not that far. This is nice. You always from Tallow? You just coming to the city to visit? For I don't recognize you. Your first time in the city? Are you from Tallow? Do you live there?
First time, yeah.
Yep.
Time. Only living half a day from the city and your first time in? Well, you picked a hell of a time. So,
Something going on that we should be concerned about?
word has certainly reached Tallow by now. What do you have your heads in the ground?
No, just kind of traveling fast, you know.
Word of what?
Like the guards, both guards look at each other and like, well, we have 2 days ago we got new king.
What happened to Matthias?
Matthias, he was challenged for his position on the throne. And he the other guard's like, he lost. He lost. No, first guard. Yeah, yes. So,
If you don't mind me asking, who is the new king?
the new king. The new king is Lord Kordak. His coronation sometime in the next week or so. The details are being worked out, but first we are having the royal procession. So,
Right.
sometime tomorrow. King Drakburgess's body will be paraded through the streets in a show of his glory, and then next week we shall have a new king. I'm surprised Tallow has not heard of this already. It is less than a day's ride.
I'm sorry, I'm just shocked.
Yes, it was, things have been tense for some time. But, with all of the various lords and ladies vying for sort of positions, I mean, and what the other guards is like, no, this is beyond our pay grade. Please, forgive him. No, come. Enjoy your visit to the city. And he, like, waves you along. You pass, like, one of them, like, flicks the other, and it's like, fuck, like, we don't fucking talk about this in front of people. You guys just...
Slowly turn to the others in the cart.
Before that, so where can we find a place to park this exactly?
There are a set of stables. Follow this. There's a circular courtyard. Very short ride.
Thank you.
So you guys head into the city proper now, following the road and the directions you were just given.
Sure do.
Yup.
I was gonna say, and then Dolus, like as you have the guards like depart from them, just to the rest of the people in the back.
Yep.
Did I hear that right?
Mm-hmm.
Were we too late?
No, I said it happened 2 days ago. Delilah knows what's going on. We still need to meet up with her. She was aware of this before we left.
But
What? I mean, wouldn't she have said?
It's not much.
King
It is.
Matthias is dead.
We'll meet up with Delilah. We'll get all the information, and we'll go from there. 2 random guards aren't going to be the ones to tell me what's going on.
Okay. Yes. Come around an empty way. It is this big, built-up city. Pretty much every building as you enter the walls of the city is at least 2 stories, if not 3 stories tall. They're not packed too tightly together. There's always good distances of alleyways. A lot of the houses that you pass have like little sort of like they have yard of some sort around them. You enter a courtyard that is lined with like one big circular stable. And someone comes out and is just like, "Whoo! This is a nice carriage.
Thanks.
Thanks.
How long would you like me to keep it?"
How long will we stand?
I'll pay for 5 days.
5 days, and then he like looks back at the horses behind you. So for the carriage and the 2 horses is usually a gold night. But you got the 1, 2, 3, the 4 others. So how about we call it 2 gold a night? You give me 10, and if you stay any less, I'll give you some back.
Doc digs in his bag and drops the 10.
Alright. Thank you, my lord. Here, I just need you to... He, like, pulls the thing out. I need you to sign this, which name, and then you keep that, and you bring it right back along, and I can get you your carriage.
Alright. Doc signs his name.
Alright. Oh, so I'm sorry, I need your whole name. This is just Dockery.
That's it.
Your whole name is just the word Dockery.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Could you put some sort of secondary denominator of some kind on this? So somewhere that you're coming from, or you could even just do a drawing on like both your stamp and my stamp, just so long as I can double check.
Yeah. And fuck it. He's just gonna write Tempo as his last name.
Dockery Tempo. All right, thank you so much, Lord Tempo. Along, please. You can park yourself right there in that bay. Points. Like a little garage stable thing. You guys park your carriage and draw your horses in. You have taken 2 bays up in this stable with all of your things. You get them all locked down.
Off to an inn, or
Nope.
No,
We're
we're
meeting
going to
them
go
now?
straight to the fort. Yeah.
okay.
Yep. And if there's nothing there, then we'll find an inn near there.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Alina, like, to the guy. She's like, excuse me, how do we get to Fort Dawn from here? And he's like, oh, you won't get to the fort. And he, like, starts giving her directions. And, then you all set out into the city of Fort Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of quiet lethargy that you guys experienced outside as you're walking around, you begin to process that it is grieving. It is a melancholy that has settled over the city. There is this sort of quiet sadness in every street as you walk along. It is fairly densely packed as you move along. More so as you get more towards the center of the city, which you'll have to kind of cross to get to the fort. it's almost like a city in New York where there's people just walking past each other constantly. You see guards posted up on almost every single corner. All of them in pairs, all of them kind of quiet and just chatting with each other. Alina, as you're like all walking with her hood up, is just like, so this is awkward, kind of, you know.
Yeah, I liked him.
We don't know he's dead yet for sure.
I mean,
Who
if
you
she
think
can
the new
summon
king
rocks
is?
from the sky. Yeah. Which one of you has the papers? We should verify that last name with the people who signed at the bottom. See if there's maybe an initial match.
We'll do that later when we talk to Delilah.
Yeah.
Go over it.
Okay. You guys continue making your way, and eventually you come out into this open courtyard. Big, it is a semicircle ringed, just giant cobblestone courtyard, and directly opposite you is Fort Dawn. These big, towering 35-foot walls with glaring wood gates in them, towers and parapets. And as you closer, you remember the story Alina told you as you're looking through like the buildings and trees that line either side of it. You see like damage and various things to this fort. You also, in the distance, see parts of the wall that are clearly going off of the sea cliff and then petering off as if they were connected to more fort once upon a time. As if you are looking at the withered remains of what was once a gigantic construction. It is still huge as it is, but it clearly was once gargantuan on the coastline. And there are two gatehouses, one that seems to lead into some kind of building structure dead ahead, and then one that looks like it leads into an interior courtyard. And they are both open. It seems like people are kind of just milling about. There are definitely less people here than in the center of the city. It feels almost nostalgic, kind of like if you go to Old Town in a modern city. Like people go to Old Town just to mill about, to walk around, to sort of relax. Right. This area of the city is not commercial. There's not markets. You have some street performers doing various things, but it's definitely also dying down as the day is coming to a close and it's raining. But you still have a few people around.
I think we should go check the courtyard out.
Yeah.
Alina's like, should I,
Yes.
Should I send a...
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Let them know we're in the courtyard.
Right. And you guys take your way around it. I have an image for you all.
Oh, cool.
The map is...
images today.
The map is not complete, so it is just the map. It is just a overview of the fort. But here is a view of Fort Dawn from above. So you would be entering from that right angled gatehouse to directly enter the courtyards within the fort. There is a large sort of barracks defensive building to your right that the other house is a part of. And then there is this other... The purple roofed building here is open. There are not like walls, there are like pillar structures, and you see like it's been turned into almost like a cafe. And there are stairs that like lead up so that they could go up to like the parapets and the ramparts. And you walk in, and that line that looks like another wall is like a bridge above you that connects the two buildings as you walk into this big courtyard. There's a huge fountain, easily big enough to fit all of you. Each of the floor tiles that you can see in that image is on its own about 10 to 15 feet wide. each of those little squares. So this is a big space as you enter into it. And the fountain is really large across.
Do you think the coffee's any good? Just kind of to the group.
Not the time.
I mean, maybe.
Alina like finishes her spell, and then she's just like, she said she'll be down soon, and she'll find us.
All right.
So I guess we just wait.
Yes, we'll just wait.
Yes, Lotus.
How long has it been since I first cast invisibility? Because Lotus would be keeping track.
You're looking at half an hour to 40 minutes.
Okay. Just kind of like she's been like walking behind and very close to Dulles this whole time. She just tugs on his sleeve a little bit.
Well, I mean,
Just
he's been
whisper.
holding. I said he's holding her hand the whole time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just kinda-
I'm gonna look into the coffee shop window.
If my invisibility runs out, do I just next spell?
Yes.
Just okay. Then what happens after?
But you could probably go up on the ramparts. It'd probably be okay up there. I doubt there's many people up there.
Okay.
Right.
Alina's like, I can go up there with she like realizes that Lotus is invisible. She's like, I could go up on the ramparts all by myself, and then I can hang out there while you all stay here in case our friend shows up. But she's like awkwardly trying to not say anything out loud. I mean, if certainly somebody was with me who was invisible and had wings, it wouldn't matter if they were just up there with just me.
Yep.
Wait, so do you want me to go invisible and go up there?
Oh my god.
No, Alina just like grabs at like where Lotus is and manages to just like get a hand on like where Lotus's shoulder is and just and she's kind of just like palming at the air. Gonna go up on the ramparts, and like bringing Lotus with.
Bye.
How far's the coffee shop?
You guys are right in front of it. You guys are right in front of the
Well,
couch.
I'm looking into it.
There's no walls.
There's no.
Yeah.
It's
There's no walls?
open.
Yeah,
Is
it's
the
like an
door-
open space.
It's just pillars.
Oh, I'm looking into the door.
There's no
Yeah, so you-
door.
It's just pillars. There's no walls.
It's basically just
out?
yeah, it's just like a roof with
just like a
supports
ceiling.
to stay up.
It's a gazebo.
do they have like a menu or something?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like. Well, I don't know about the
They
rest
have
of
a
you,
menu.
but I
So
don't.
Mara and Dolus are.
I don't much care for standing here in the rain, and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna walk into the.
cafe.
I'm going there too. I'm like, I need to take a look.
Twink Doc, what are you guys doing?
Gonna spend my time just observing the architecture, and because I'm proficient with masonry and all that, so I'm just gonna take a look around, see if I notice anything.
Twink, you spend your time walking around, taking in all of the various architecture, and you notice a lot of it seems similar to empirical architecture, especially in Altairi. And like Eubuea used to be there were a bunch of colonies of every country here, so you get the sense that the original Fort Dawn was built to be an empirical fort. As you look at everything, the architecture definitely feels a little newer than Altairi, because Altairi is an ancient city, but it is the same kind of architecture. You don't notice anything particularly stand out about it. Doc, what are you up to during this time?
Doc's gonna just kind of keep an eye out on the area, like spot Delilah, spot anything fucky, but keep it low key. He's not just like,
Okay.
where the fuck?
You're just kind of like picking a spot to lean and like keep an eye on everything.
Yeah.
You want to just go sit under one of those trees in the less tiled chunk of the courtyard?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you go over there and you just kind
I
of like
want Aldrich,
rest
though.
under a tree, summon Aldrich when think there's a good moment where no one's looking at you.
I want the
kinda
eyesight.
You sit there with your owl, or are you sending him out?
No, he's staying with me, but he's got better perception
Okay.
than I do.
Okay. And then Mara and Dolus. If you guys would like,
Yeah.
a full meal is going to be 3 silver. If you would just like coffee or tea, it will be 1 silver.
Just look tomorrow. You much of a coffee person?
In a little bit. Are you hungry?
I feel wrong buying food when I have the magical ability to conjure food at any whim that I may please.
2 meals, please.
Waitress just is like, of course, son. And she like walks off.
And I'd like a coffee.
Yes, of course.
Sweetened for mine.
Oh. Right, for you.
I'm not usually a coffee person, but it's been a long day.
Yeah.
Just kind of like a lean back.
A few minutes later, they return with just like some nice just sandwiches with like little basically potato wedges hanging out, and 2 things of coffee.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy that. And
Thank you.
Walks away.
How was the
No.
See,
It's good.
well,
It's extra bitter.
see, the way I see it, though, Dolus, I know you can make food, but you can't just, make this food.
I
It's
could.
different. I mean, you could now that you've tasted it, but before you wouldn't have had any idea that these pretty good sandwiches actually existed.
I guess you're right. It's it's a new experience.
Yeah. It's worth time and money sometimes, especially with all the tension in the air. I don't like it.
Yeah. I just kind of chuckle to myself a little. Then take another bite of the sandwich. Just maybe sometimes I need someone. It's good to have someone like you around, Mara. It's easy to get caught up on being cautious.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you guys gotta go with the flow. Life's fun like that sometimes. I'm gonna be so stiff, and I'll get it shoulder a little bit.
You go to his
Just
shoulders,
rub
they're
at his shoulder a little
completely
bit.
Tense. They're almost flexed.
They are just solid muscle.
Hold on.
What are you? Stop.
Stand still, and
Okay.
can get his back nice.
Start rubbing his
Couple knots.
Dolus, you adjust a little so he can rub at your shoulders as he adjusts a little. Another person at a table next to, nearby is just
You never have a knot in your back, man?
they just
Oh, you're massaging his back, and you're just a pop, pop, pop. Every inch down you go, it's a new crack.
Oh, man, really stiff.
You guys hang out here for a solid another half an hour. At one point, up on the ramparts, Lotus, your spell is gonna drop, and Alina looks around to make sure no one's around, and she's just "You're safe. You're good."
And she appears. Oh. Hi.
Hello. I figured it's better if I'm up here when she shows up.
Hmm. Do you think she's gonna show up with her wife?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't bring my significant other to political under table discussions about assassinations, but I'm not married, so maybe it's just something I haven't touched upon.
Hmm.
You're asking a lot of questions about dating and wives and stuff. Has anyone ever?
Hmm?
Have you only talked about sex? Have they only taught you about sex?
Well, Laura taught me about sex recently. I learned it from a book. I didn't
Yeah.
understand it, so I asked her more about it.
And you clearly know, like, what a spouse is.
Yeah.
But, like, has anyone talked to you about, like, feelings and romance?
No. Well, it... No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, remind me sometime when my nerves aren't super duper high, and we might go over that. But right now, I probably wouldn't give you good advice. Also,
Oh.
actually, no, maybe ask somebody. Maybe ask somebody else. I mean, I can talk you. I mean, like, I know about it. Obviously, I just research experience, kind of like book, like book knowledge and like observational knowledge.
I
And
mean,
stuff.
I have no knowledge, so...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll go over it. We'll address it at some point. She's like leaning on the rampart.
But I don't know who I would really ask. I guess besides Lorelai.
I don't know if Lorelai's the person to ask about romance.
Yeah.
She still won't call Illis her girlfriend.
True. But they smooch.
Yeah, you can kiss people who you're not dating. You can do a lot with people you're not dating.
Wait, so what constitutes as dating?
That's a very complicated, multi-staged question with a long-winded answer.
Oh, I didn't realize this was so complicated.
Nothing is more complicated than love.
Oh. Even more complicated than, like, family?
Yep, I mean, probably. They're kind of like hand in hand. I guess you love your family, but I mean, like a different kind of love. Actually, now that I think about it, interspatial travel might be a bit more complicated than love.
Oh.
Unchronomancy.
Huh?
Anyway. And then you guys just... She avoids the question, and it eventually like convinces you to just kind of like just vibe, and you guys just hang out. You would be on the bottom rampart overlooking the courtyard, like between the two trees out towards the fountain, the smaller rampart. And at one point, as the sun is low enough now that those of you in the courtyard are completely in shadow, with the light just illuminating like the tops of the buildings. I don't know why I felt so nervous as Alina talking about that.
Method acting.
Yes.
Dolus, I love that Dolus is on his second date of the day.
Yes. Mara's taking Dolus on a date.
Showing us some nice back rubs.
The courtyard's kind of like thinning out. There aren't really a lot of like people just hanging out anymore. The cafe is like cleaning up. There's maybe one or two people eating there. And Twig from the building in front of you, the big blue building, out of it, walks Delilah, not in her like normal, like more like political robes. She seems to be in like some. It's still very fancy. Like, it's not like she's just walking out in, like, peasant clothes or anything, but it seems almost like her casual wear. And she, like, walks out and she just goes, "Well, look at you. Made it all the way to Yuba. A lot faster than I expected to. How'd you get here so quick?"
We had some help.
Oh, teleporting. Nice. Very nice. You must have teleported somewhere outside of the city. It's all warded. You probably couldn't have come in unless you came in through a circle.
Yes, Tallow.
Ah. Oh, the old tree at that old church, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that fucking figures. Well, what have you got?
So, I mean, we just gonna pretend?
Pretend what?
I find it very weird that you didn't talk about, the king's death in your message to us.
Think the political goings on of Eubuea coming from its archmage to somebody who's talking about an assassination. It's not necessary details I want to convey when I don't know the whole situation. Think you can respect that.
Well, I just also find it weird, that after I bring it up, you wouldn't just say it, because it wouldn't matter. I also think it would be a very good way to prevent an assassination to publicly show the person dead.
Lord Kordak von Hillian came in 2 days ago, declared he's a vision for the throne, talked about Matthias's weakness, his dealings with others. He certainly didn't hesitate to cite the fact that Matthias was talking about the deed to Ravenloft showing up somewhere. He invoked the old laws. Trial by combat, as approved by a majority of the nobility in the house. Naturally, it was approved. And he won.
Okay.
What about you? What's this about Inquisitors?
I don't think I need to talk about the political ongoings of things outside of the country, don't you?
You do know I can just, get the information out of your head if I want, right?
Sure, go for it.
Alright, if you fucking insist. She, just waves her hand. I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom save.
Cool. What is the save DC, my guy? I got a 19.
You got a 19. You have not saved.
Will I save with a +4?
Yes.
I saved.
Okay. So, she gets a lot of surface level thoughts, but she does not probe the inner depths of your mind. And then she just kind of blinks, just you're surprisingly good at that.
Yeah, well, naturally talented.
Twink, if you trust me,
I wouldn't have come here if I didn't.
you'll make this next part easy. Okay?
I...
And Doc, from your position, watching, you do see guards coming in from the other part of the courtyard. A couple of them on horseback. Alina and Lotus up on the ramparts. You see some guards up on the opposite rampart. And Alina's down, get down, get down. You guys go down into Little Crook. But the two of you in the cafe, Mara in the middle of reaching up for a sandwich, you're just as guards are just coming into the courtyard.
I'm gonna hide.
You're gonna hide. You're gonna try and hide.
Yeah.
Make a stealth check.
Okay.
Joel is just mid-sip of his coffee, just...
Just act natural.
13.
13.
Yeah.
You go to hide, and as you go to hide, a bunch of the guards kind of rush over towards you, and you're just hey. And someone steps out next to Delilah. This very tall man, very nice stuff. He's got his hair kind of trimmed up nice in this neat fluff, and he's just thank you, my archmage. It's a pleasure. So, Twink of Twinktania.
Hi.
I'm Lord Kordak von Hylian. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
I've heard that you are establishing a nation of your own.
Something like that, yeah.
This is wonderful, wonderful. We certainly enjoy more allies, more opportunities. We apologize for this. He gestures at all of the various guards.
Yeah, well. Just shows, how you have to leave, the castle, be in public.
Especially considering
Yeah,
the
very
various
fresh, very
warnings.
fresh.
Yes,
Very
yes,
fresh,
of
very
course.
fresh. I understand.
Yes, you understand. Also, given that I am with somebody who is staked a claim to more than half of my continent, I am... Forgive me, as much as I trust dear Delilah, I had to see for myself.
Me?
You, the deed, show me. Please.
Sure. So I pull it. Yeah.
You open it and you pull it out of the tube. You Delilah casts a quick spell, so the rain above you stops. You pull it out of the tube and it's there, drying. And he leans in and he's like,
I have been lord of the foothills of Ravenloft for years. On a lease, it was always understood that should the deed ever arise, the land would belong to whomever had found it. But no one ever expected it to be found. This is... This is not what I had hoped. Gert! Place this man under arrest, please. And then Delilah behind him is like, of course, you could make it easier and just let me disintegrate you. She chuckles. And Twink, with your passive insight, you connect earlier when she said, make this next part easy, and the way she leans into saying that.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, I'd love to see you try.
Oh, really? He's like, please. She is, would you say,
Well, I'm sorry, it's... I would love to make this easy. But I won't make it easy for you, sir. And I start putting the deed back away, and I believe, I believe we're gonna have to do this, Delilah.
Yes.
Can I connect with Twink? Is he close enough? Mind link?
yes. Mind link. You're under
It's
the
70
tree.
feet at current.
70 feet. You'd be about here. You're under this tree. Each of these is about 10 feet. Yeah, you could reach. He's just at the very edge, but yes.
Yep, Actually, it's 90 feet. I'm fine. We got 2 levels since the last time I checked it. I'm gonna connect with Twink and just go, the hell's happening?
I don't have time for this.
It's instant communication.
Yeah. Well, no, that's
Okay.
That's what I say back.
Okay.
What are you doing?
No response. I don't have time for this. I'm busy
Yeah.
in a conversation with other
Yeah.
people.
Delilah's like, so then you're going to resist? She cracks all of her knuckles. That was really good. Well, thematic time knuckle crack. Yeah. So she cracks all of her knuckles and she goes, I've just been dying to do this ever since I saw your cocky little shite ass. And she walks in front of Lord Kordak and she gives you a wink. And will you choose to fail this saving throw?
Yeah.
She casts something. You all watch as she casts, and there is just a beam of light that seems to come from nowhere, and it completely envelops Twink. And in a flash, there is not left but a scorch mark on the ground.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Dolus drops the cup he was drinking from onto the table.
Lord Kordak immediately is just like, "The deed! You destroyed the deed!" And she's just like, "Well, then you'll never have to worry about your stupid land being claimed by anyone. Will you?"
No.
Mara, you and Dolus are just like staring out like, Yes, Twig just got vaporized in front of you. Then the Lord is like, "The rest! Under arrest! Please, come willingly. Do not wish any more, He like looks at the scorch marks, he's... Bloodshed does not seem the apt term, but... Yes. The guards are like all coming up to you from all sorts of angles, pointing like their lances and spears at you. Doc, you as well.
What's the situation of Lotus and Elena look?
You are just alone up there, but I will be with you in just a moment.
So are they surrounding me and Mara?
Yeah, they're surrounding like the cafe.
I look over to Mara. What?
And then another Delilah steps out next to you all. And then a third. And you remember that she talked about how there are always multiple of her because she's too lazy to do it all as one person. And like all three of them, even the one across the courtyard, all kind of just stretch all at the same time, really sort of just uncomfortable to look at, the synchronized movement. And then just, "Please, if you don't mind."
Traitorous bitch.
Snaps her fingers, and Doc, your mouth is gone. Who's that one? That's the new one, right?
How dare you?
I do what I do. And she like looks at Lord Kordak, and then all three of them do like a tiny little bow. "For my king." Are any of you going to resist? Are you going to attempt anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna mind link with Delilah.
Okay, you can do that.
It's just, I'll fucking kill you.
Just, aw, you're as stupid as you are pretty.
I've heard that enough today. I'm gonna
I
summon
need
the
you-
hour.
You summon the hour? You summon the hour.
Mm-hmm. Not any
right.
aggressive move, it's just summoned.
You summon a fucking
Yeah.
sword, bro.
It's like you unsheathe a sword.
idiot.
You summon a fucking sword. I don't know. Hang on. Give me
I'm just
one-
not taking a slash at her because I'm worried about what she can do in response to that.
Well, you summon the sword, and she looks at you. And I need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay. 18.
18 fails.
Fuck.
So she looks at you, summon the hour, with your mouth closed and the words in her head. And she looks at another her, and they both just kind of roll their eyes. And she literally just goes, "Shh." And you feel this horrifically uncomfortable feeling as you suddenly, the world around you is getting bigger and bigger and bigger as you are shrinking down smaller and smaller and smaller, and before you could even really react, a gem forms around you in a clamping motion as you are imprisoned.
Fuck.
And then Mara and Dolus, you watch as the gem just to her hand. She just, handy. Now, would you like to walk, or shall I put you in my pocket also?
I think I'll run. I'll turn into a rat.
You turn into a rat!
That's right, scurry away.
This is gonna be great.
Play rollies with me.
All right.
Was not expecting a TPK today.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What'd you roll? What'd you roll? Mara, you turn into a rat and you shoot off like you're gonna run. You get a solid distance too. You're like, I've got this. I've got this.
This is all me.
You're like, I totally have this. And then suddenly there are these walls on either side of you. And you're confused. And you're like, what? And you run and you turn around and these walls go on. And then there suddenly is a ceiling on top of you. And you run and you round a corner and there's more. And then you round another corner and more. You have been banished to a labyrinthian metaplane as the spell maze is cast on you.
Oh my god.
You're a rat in a maze.
You're a rat in a maze!
And then finally, as Mara ran like 20 feet and then just vanished in an audible, like, she turns to Dolus and she's like, are we going 3 for 3? Because I can roll 3 for 3.
He just like closes his eyes for a second and just I'll come along quietly.
Fabulous. Wonderful. You can bring your coffee if you'd like. Here, she like reaches, she pulls some gold out and she puts on the table. Covered your tab. Come on. She like walks off. Lotus. Meanwhile, about a minute ago, as Tweak is vaporized and you are ready to react, and Alina is like in shock and kind of like pulling you. A voice next to you on the rampart out of nowhere is just like, yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And there is another Delilah like crouched there next to you. Don't worry. No, I'm not here to arrest you. No. Hello.
What?
Lotus, yes?
Yeah?
Pleasure to properly meet you.
Uh-huh.
You're the little wizard girl from Twinktania, yes? And Alina is like not leaving her eyes from the spot that Twink was. So, things are a little complicated right now.
Yeah, I just saw you kill.
Oh, right. Fun trick, right? It's a good one. So, this is going to be a little uncomfortable. Bear with me. And she touches you on the shoulder. And, I mean, you can make a wisdom save if you'd like.
I feel like Lotus is too confused to react properly.
Lotus, you feel this strange pressure, not disfamiliar from transport via plants, as the whole world around you seems to shift and invert and twirl until it looks almost like you're looking through a gemstone. And then everything gets very dark, even darker than it was. The sunlight is gone, and you are deposited on a floor in some kind of closed room. And Twink, Lotus is deposited in this room next to you that you just appeared in. And then after a few seconds, Alina just Oh, she could have put me standing up. Ow.
Lotus essentially like hops off her feet and just like collides with Twink in a hug.
Why?
I
Stop.
thought you're dead.
Yeah, that's the point,
What?
right? I mean, it makes sense, right?
So you... But then what about everybody else? What?
After a few moments, maybe like a minute passes as you guys are trying to collect yourselves and figure stuff out, and all of a sudden, a little box appears, and it's floating there, and one end swings open, and as you guys like look into it, it seems it's a small box, but it's a tube inside that just goes like endlessly, and you watch a rat scurry around the corner. Mara, you see Twink and Lotus out of Alice. You've been panicking because for like a minute and a half you've been running around this maze like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and then there's suddenly just light and Twink and Lotus. And then you remember that you watched Twink get vaporized in front of you, and you totally think you're dead right now. You totally think.
So,
I'll run up to them, rat form.
I kicked the rat.
You kicked the rat?
You kicked
A rat running at me. I don't know what that thing's got.
You kick
That's how the Black Plague.
I'll say-
it just invokes the imagery of the rat with the crossbow bolt.
Rats don't have a lot of HP, and because you have totally let your guard down to run at them and be like, Delilah, he kicks you clean fine, and you midway getting kicked and thrown against the wall, turn back into Mara and are just like, to the wall.
I
Makes
forgot to
so
turn
much
back.
more sense.
wait. Where are you with Dawson?
Yeah, she killed me too.
What?
Wait,
We're
what?
not dead.
So much to live for.
Mara, we're not dead.
I didn't even try to. What?
We're not dead.
Oh, what? Wait, where are we?
I don't know, but I'm
teleported us.
sure we'll figure it out, buddy. It's yeah.
She got you too. I'll put into Lena.
No, it was kind of like a willing thing. You know.
There was a
Oh.
Delilah that appeared beside us, and then she was like, you know, just
And then you guys,
whoosh.
you hear the sound of a door unlocking, and you guys all turn to the door of this like
That's
sort
what
almost
Kyle-
cellar that you're in. And the door opens, and there is a light flooding in from outside as a small figure occupies the space, and just, oh good, you made it. And that is where we're going to end our session today.
Damn, Kay, that's rough for us, bro.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to y'all, but
I'm glad I fought for my life. I regret nothing.
Yeah,
you ran like a coward.
Yeah, I was saying you ran. I was ready to fight for my life.
Oh,
What
I
am I
thought
supposed
we
to
were-
do
I-
against a fucking archmage?
Exactly. Pull a weapon out.
I had.
Pick your
I was gonna
battles,
do
man.
another thing in that plaza, but it's okay.
you were gonna do another thing in the plaza?
Oh
you
yeah,
gonna
I was
be-
gonna, I was gonna like walk by like the scorch mark and like what. It's fine. Next session.
Next session. We could start with you next session. That'll be a fun time.
Fuck me. I'm just pocketed. I'm just a fucking rock girl
Goodbye,
shit.
everybody.
Whatever. Bye. Check out the Ko-fi and
Yeah, check out the Ko-fi, check out the Discord. We have a subreddit, I guess.
whatever. Find it.
Check out
I
all the
guess.
links below. We hope you love Starlost. We love doing it for you. Welcome to Eubuea. Things are great here.
Hate it here.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Stupid.